Aloha, I'm Lynn Kawano with another episode of The Other Side of Paradise. January 2023, one of Hawaii's most notorious murder cases was upended when Albert Ian Schweitzer was exonerated for the kidnapping, rape, and murder of Dana Ireland in 1991.
We, the jury in this case, find the defendant guilty of the offense of murder in the second degree.
Schweitzer had spent more than 2 decades behind bars for the horrific crime that he did not commit. Schweitzer was released immediately after Circuit Court Judge Peter Kubota vacated the conviction. Schweitzer sat down with me to talk about the transition from prisoner to free person and the pain of missing so much time.
I think what kept me going a lot was my Lord and Savior. Number one, my parents. And the fact that I was blessed with such an amazing team.
You knew they were fighting for you outside?
Yes. So just back to being thankful, just being out free, there's so much involved, in fighting this system.
Schweitzer says he feels anxious most days. He cleans and does chores around the family home to calm down. And he is working to get into a daily routine.
I've been told what to do, just in so many years. And, it ain't easy.
When you get up in the morning, right, you can eat what you want? What?
I can eat when I want or what I want, or I don't have to eat.
He says he was always a church-going person, but being in prison took his faith to a new level.
It definitely got me rooted deeper, and trusting and believing in Him. And, when you're in rock bottom in a prison cell, and I think it was an easy choice for me to come to, where just surrendering everything to God and putting in His hands, where believing that this battle was really not even mine. It was His battle, and it worked out pretty good, so far.
Was there a point where you lost hope?
Not really. I just kept my spirits up, and I always had a good team behind me, and the team just got stronger and stronger, and just people believing in me, and so the hope was always there. Did I have bad days? Absolutely. Absolutely.
Your mom said that you viewed Dana Ireland as somewhat this angel who was going to someday make it right. Would you say that that's true, or was that something she had hoped?
Never seen her, never knew her. God bless her, and the reason why I say that I'm sure she's in heaven, and I'm thinking she's looking down and saying, this is not the right guy in prison. I'm sure of that because I know I'm innocent.
Schweitzer was convicted in 2000, 9 years after Dana Ireland was brutally attacked on the Big Island. She had been visiting family. She was riding her bike in Kapoho in the afternoon of Christmas Eve when she was struck by a vehicle. Her attacker drove her 5 miles to a fishing trail where she was raped and died hours later at the hospital from blood loss.
She was mauled by a pack of animals. This wasn't a single perpetrator who attacked her, who raped her, or beat her. Those photos are some of the most telling evidence that you will have in this case.
Schweitzer and his brother Sean Schweitzer were both convicted along with Frank Pauline. even though DNA from Dana Ireland's rape kit, clothes, and other evidence found at the scene excluded all three men.
Some people say he's innocent, great for him. Other people say, oh, he must have had something to do with it. You know, for people, they can't switch, right? Do that switch and say, oh, he's innocent. They think he had to have something to do with it, or he had to have known who did it, or he got off on a technicality. What do you want those people to understand?
I think that people was manipulated by the media on what was given to them by the prosecutors and portraying me to be that monster, or trying to really sell their theory, you know. It's just 2023 now, you know. DNA's real, you know, and I thank God. I'll probably thank God every day for the rest of my life for DNA.
Advances in DNA testing was a huge part of the exoneration. His legal team was made up of high-powered attorneys and experts from the New York and Hawaii Innocence Projects.
My team was awesome, you know. Ken Lawson, Jennifer Brown, Barry Scheck, Susan Friedman. The list is on, all the students, and, you know, just fighting for me, you know, fighting for my innocence. It made it easier.
The team represented him for free. They bought him clothes and shoes when he was released and fed him because he had no money. Schweitzer was a nurse at the Samuel Mahelona Memorial Hospital on Kauai in the 90s. He would be close to retirement now if he hadn't been convicted.
How were you treated in prison?
I was treated all right. Most, you know, a lot of the population knew I was innocent.
How?
Common sense. You know, common sense. It's amazing how, you know, you think these inmates or convicts or whatever you want to call them, you know, they're human beings also. I'm just thankful that I can start all over and enjoy the rest of my life. Yeah. You know, take care of my parents. You know, number one priority, take care of my parents. One day at a time, yeah. Just like doing time in a prison, you know, cell. One day at a time. Just keep pushing through. It's a total different way of doing time compared to someone who did something, you know, because if that person was having a bad day, he can look back and say, yeah, I screwed up. I made a mistake. As for me, I never had that opportunity where if I did have a bad day, I couldn't say, yeah, but I just had to, total different doing time.
His legal team is working to get him compensated under a law that passed in 2015 that allows exonerees to collect $50,000 per year spent in prison. But it's not an easy process to navigate. In the meantime, he's trying to adjust to life as a free man and catch up to the technology.
Everything's changed. I don't even know how to use a phone. I gotta get a driver's license. I gotta literally start all over.
His brother, Sean Schweitzer's attorney, has filed a petition with the court to have his plea deal thrown out. Frank Pauline died in prison in 2015. His attorney is working to get his conviction vacated posthumously. The real killer, called Unknown Male Number 1, has not been identified. The DNA profile was uploaded to the national database, but there have been no hits. Other efforts, including genealogy testing, are being done to try and identify the person. For more on the case, including video from the trials 23 years ago, watch my 30-minute special report, Who Killed Dana Ireland, on our website, hawaiinewsnow.com. That's another edition of The Other Side of Paradise. I'm Lynn Kawano. Mahalo for listening.